Sway help.
Brittany, this is great. You and I back together again here at HIMSS in Las Vegas for the 2026 edition. Day one is now in the books. We're both exhausted.
Oh my goodness, only day one. How will we survive till Thursday?
It always feels this way. Like day one is always the worst because we're trying to get everything set up and things are running in the booth, and now tomorrow should be a lot smoother, right?
Let's hope.
And yes, for those of you watching this, we are in our studio, which we normally have here at HIMSS. This is our biggest one ever. It's a 20 by 30 space.
Yeah,
and
it's exciting.
I gotta say the decor has actually worked out.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you know, when you have something in mind, and I think we've worked on this for months, and then seeing it all come together is, you know, very rewarding.
Yes, no, that is absolutely the case. And yeah, we have a great crew here, a great team, of course, make everything run smoothly. But yeah, it's always that nervous, like, is it all going to work? Is it all going to look as good as we think it is in our heads on camera? So
yeah, I mean, my favorite is the lounge that we have, the Sway Health Lounge. It's very cozy and still like hip, but you know, everybody has seemed to love, you know, sitting in there, taking some meetings with people in there. So that's, I think, my favorite part of the booth.
Yeah, and it's quite enclosed, so you can kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of the HIMSS conference.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, got to ask you, what has impressed you? What have you seen today that's impressed you so far?
Yeah, I feel like today has been a whirlwind, so I haven't really been able to take a walk around and see as much as I would like to, but there was, when I was at Dell Technologies covering one of their sessions, and right across the street was GE Healthcare, and they have this really cool rotating 3-piece mirror that rotates, and then it has some signage on it, and you can also see yourself in it, but it was so mesmerizing. I think it was the only part of today when I actually kind of like zenned out for a second. I was like, you know what? This is great. I'm just going to sit here and watch it. And I ended up watching it for like 3 minutes.
I know exactly, because I saw them at RSNA, but they only had one, and you were showing me a picture. They actually have 3 together.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how mesmerizing that must be.
Yeah, it was very cool. I took a video of it, and you know how sometimes people don't love when you take videos of their booth, but I was like, I have to.
Well, that's impressive. And it's, you know, I have to say, kudos to the HIMSS organizers, because this exhibit hall does feel more full, and I think they've done some really smart things. They've narrowed the hallways, the aisleways, which I think is good. They've put a lot more vendors closer together, and they've put the open spaces on the outside this time instead of like in between and everything. So it feels more compact.
Yeah.
It feels dense. It feels good, actually.
Yeah, and you know, I think that they've done a few more like of those, you know, common areas. And they have like these big comfy chairs. There's one at the front that's more like campfire chairs, like they're the Muskoka chairs with like the fire. This one over here has a really big like
fireplace,
digital fireplace. Yeah, so just some like cozy areas that you can sit down and just take a minute amongst the craziness.
Yeah, and it is crowded. Like you're just walking in that main hallway that we all know in the, you know, Expo Hall where the Starbucks is. Could barely move like through that hallway. It's just, you have to go with the flow, right? Yeah,
well, that was a testament of, I was thinking of the attendance at HIMSS this year, because I almost took a video for you, but as I was walking through, it felt very, very busy and packed, and you were just trying to navigate through people to get to the exhibit hall. So that was a really cool experience this morning.
Yeah, no, and hey, again, like, you know, yes, HIMSS is smaller than it was at its peak, but I think it's definitely stabilized over the last few years. Like, it does feel full, it does not feel empty. You know, vendors are here, are very excited to be here, and there's quite a variety. I mean, that's one thing, I'll have this on my final comment, but I want to keep it a secret, but like, I've noticed that there's some very interesting companies here at HIMSS that I've never noticed before.
Right.
And I don't know if they've been here before and I just didn't notice, but definitely, you know, a little bit outside of who we normally see when we think of digital health.
Right.
So I'll look forward to that. Any cool giveaways? Anything like that's caught your eye today?
Well, I'm trying to think. You know, I think we've talked about this, but I have seen a lot of companies have water bottles. So I know we talked about the one. What's the name of it?
Oh yeah, Juno Health, yeah, Odawalla or water bottles. Yeah.
But there's other companies who have these really unique water bottles that are that they're giving away to people, which is always a nice thing to take home. Not that I need any more water bottles in my in my life or my house, but I've seen a lot of people do that. So that seems to be a trend that's happening that I've seen.
Well, and you mentioned as well, there's this one company that's giving away these pink reflective bags.
Sequin bags, yeah. I'm still on the hunt for those.
I'm gonna look for those.
Yeah.
A lot of stuffies as well, but it's always fun. Yeah, like we're gonna have to keep our eyes open for that, end of show recap of who's got the best giveaways. Yeah, for me, the one I noticed was the water bottles. I saw that it was pretty nice. A lot of food. I have to say, there was a lot of food giveaways here today. A lot of cappuccinos, a lot of espresso, a lot of popcorn. You could definitely smell the popcorn in our area here. I don't know who was giving it away, but you could definitely smell it. No, that was pretty nice. Didn't see as many the pens and things this year, which is good. I think people are finally getting away from those. A lot of notebooks and things. So yeah, I'd be interested to see who makes it into the best of show at the end of the.
Yeah, that's always exciting. People always look forward to that. So I'm curious.
And you went and did a few events today. You went to a couple sessions. And
yeah.
How were those?
I did. Yeah. So we I'm trying to remember everything that I did this morning. So we went to a notable session, and they had partnered with San Diego Health on their platform. So that was this morning, and they had a nice brunch there for everybody. So that was really cool to be able to go and kind of see what they're doing from their partnership. Went to a session with Meditech Expanse and kind of what they're doing from an innovation perspective and an AI perspective with their platform. And then, again, I mentioned we went to the Dell meetup with NVIDIA and Bluebird leaders and Heidi.
Right.
And our friends at Heidi, they actually announced a interesting new wearable that they're launching. So basically, a doctor can, with the touch of a button, transcribe their encounter, and immediately after you touch the button again, it is then being, transcribed or taken into the cloud to be then put into your EHR. So it was, interesting stuff. And then I was at the Proof Point booth, and they were doing some demos for us of some of the stuff that they got going on. So yeah, I don't even know what hour it is. I don't even know what type of day it is. It's just been busy.
You have been so busy today.
Yeah.
I mean, we barely saw you at the booth.
Yeah, it's been great though. But tomorrow it's a little bit quieter, so hopefully I can kind of take a wander around and see what's going on.
Yeah, I was at the Documo booth today, or they were on stage, I should say, and they were talking about fax and how it's still a viable form of communication, but how they're applying AI to that. I thought that was very interesting. Had some really good sit-down interviews here from a Sway perspective, a little bit more, as well as from a Health IT Today perspective. So it was fun to kind of hear from a marketing perspective how people are viewing this event and how important it is to forge relationships, and that I had a chance to sit down with Laura Cooley, who's the editor-in-chief of the Patient Experience Journal, or the Journal of Patient Experience, sorry, and it was fun to kind of get her take of what's happening in that space. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun today. I really actually enjoyed today, which is...
It's been jam-packed. We had a Sway meetup here as well.
Yeah, Sway meetup, yeah.
And then we have our Innovators Wall that people keep coming up and scanning and getting some really valuable resources and entering for a chance to win. So we've had some short videos going on in our other studio. It's been a lot going on today.
We've got 3 studios, and they've all been going on today. Plus our Innovators to Know wall, which, by the way, if you haven't yet entered, you can buy booth 6453 and scan those QR codes, and you'll be entered for a chance to win an amazing Galaga Miss Pac-Man machine, arcade machine. Great for your rec room if you have one. Yeah, no, a lot of great innovation, and as you said, a lot of really good resources that you can get through those QR codes. So come on by if you can. Anything you're excited for tomorrow? I know it's a little bit more of a calm day for you, so I know you're excited to walk around a bit, but anything else you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, we have a few sessions that we're covering tomorrow, and some other demos that with some of our clients that they're going to walk us through what they're doing with their platform. So looking forward to that, and then just kind of walking around. So I might have some more juicy tips tomorrow when we do this.
All right, we'll look forward to catching up with you tomorrow then, Brittany. Well, thanks for being on this recap with me tonight, and we'll look forward to another day tomorrow.
Thanks, Colin. Hopefully I'm not up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, just like I was today.
I think you will be, and I might still be awake by that.
Yeah, oh gosh, please no.
All right. Thanks, Brittany, for joining me.
Thanks, Colin.